Hello pretties, welcome to Lifestyle. So today we have everyone's most anticipated video, which is my makeup inventory for January. It is January 1st when I'm filming this. I actually took these photos a few weeks ago. No, about a week ago. I took these photos about a week ago. So this has been a long time coming. Here we are. I'm just glad that we have a different face than the ones you guys have been seeing for a while now, because I pre-recorded most of my videos for January with this face, with the other face that I add on. So you're welcome. Anyway, let's do this, makeup inventory. So the whole point of me doing a makeup inventory is more for an exercise to know how much do I have in each category, and to kind of gauge to me what I'm supposed to be buying or what I shouldn't be buying, which I take that very loosely. If you've ever seen any of my makeup low buys or, you know, no buys, you know, take that with a grain of salt. However, I have committed myself this year to really follow through with my no buy. I did already film that video, but I'm honestly not 100% sure when it's supposed to go up. So apologies in advance, I'm not 100% sure. But that all being said, let's do this. So I am gonna go over where I was at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna go over, at the beginning of 2025, where I'm currently at, and then I'm also gonna go over where I was, I guess, have a mid-year check-in, which I thought I had filmed that video, but I went through all my videos and I couldn't find it. So maybe it is there and I just couldn't find it, or maybe I did indeed forget to do it. So I'll tell you kind of where I'm at. I'm also going to tell you how many products I purchased, how many I finished, and if I decluttered any in that category throughout 2025. So we're going to get a lot of information here. There's going to be a lot going on. I'm not going to show you each individual product, but I will have photos somewhere up here so you can see the total amount of products and what I'm talking about. I'm also going to go over if the category is green, yellow, or red. I stole this from Jessica Lee. I'll leave her channel below. She's fabulous. And in it, it's essentially just, if it's a green category, is anywhere between 1 and 5 products. A yellow category is between 6 and 10, and anything 11 plus would be considered, or 10 plus, whatever, it will be considered a red category. The only categories that I'm okay with being red, if I'm being honest here, are single shadows, eyeshadow palettes, and blushes. Everything else, I am trying to get it to a yellow or a green category. So keep that in mind. Everything else should be in that category. So let's do this. I feel like I did one of the longest intros. I usually kind of just get straight to the point just because I personally do not enjoy long intros. I just am like that person, like fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. So here we are. But I feel like you guys needed to know all that information. Let me prep up a little. I'm getting at the edge of my seat. Let's do this. We got a lot going on. Okay, so foundations. At the beginning of 2025, I was at 5 foundations. Sorry, I'm reading this wrong. So at the beginning of 2025, I was at 7 foundation. My goal was to be at 5. I'm currently at 8. My goal is still to be at 5. So that is a goal that we're trying to strive up. I highly encourage you to watch my low buy if you want to see how I'm trying to achieve those goals. We're not going to go over that today. At my mid-year check-in though, I was at 5 foundations, so I fucked up. I shit the bed towards the end of the year. My bad. I purchased 3 foundations. I finished 2. So there you go. I shit the bed. That happens. If I keep looking down, sorry, because I have this stuff on my phone, and I was supposed to get my tablet to make it a little easier for me to like look up and down, but I left my tablet downstairs and I'm too lazy to go get it, so that's just kind of what we're dealing with. So it is what it is. Foundation is currently a yellow category. I would like foundation to be a green category, hence my goal. Concealer, I had 4 concealers at the beginning of 2025. My goal was to be at 3. I am currently still at 4. The same 4 that I had at the beginning of the year. So I didn't finish any concealers. That is shocking to me, especially because that Rare Beauty concealer had very little product in it. So I don't know what to tell you. My goal at the mid-year check-in, I was at 4. I've purchased none. I finished none, and I've decluttered none. So like there's literally has been absolutely no change in that category. My goal for 2025 was to be at 3. My goal for 2026 is actually to be at 2. We shall see. We shall see. For color correctors, I was at 2 in 2025. They're not seriously still cutting the grass. If you guys hear that, I'm sorry, but I've waited for 30 minutes for them to stop doing that, and they've not. And I'm running out of time, and I really need this weekend to edit, so we're just gonna have to forget about it. Hopefully they won't be doing that for too long. But anyway, color correctors, concealer is a green category. It should stay a green category. Color correctors, green category is gonna stay green. I had 2 in 2025. I had the same 2 in 2026, so literally no change. My goal is to be at 1, but now that I'm thinking about it, because there is another one that I would like to try, I think I'm gonna change this goal to 2. I'm fine. Oh, I am fine with the number. I'm gonna change that number to 2 because like I said, I want to try, and I'm comfortable with having 2. It's not like a crazy amount of product, you know what I mean? So I'm changing it as we speak. My mid-year check-in was a 2 again. It's the same 2. I've purchased none, I finished none, and I've decluttered none. Literally has no change happening in this category whatsoever. For primer, I had 3 at the beginning of 2025. By the way, I'm only showing you guys my current products that I have right now. My goal was to be at 1. I technically have 2, but as you can see, it's like a mini of the same full size that I already have. My goal is to be at 1, but if I finish the 1 mini, or I'm gonna keep repurchasing the full size, so I'm not particularly worried about it. I purchased technically 2 primers in 2025, but I finished 4 primers, so it really balanced out. At the mid-year check-in, I was at 1, but I ended up buying a mini travel size because I just figured that this bottle was a little too big for me to like everyday travel with. Not that the travel size is that much smaller, but still. So no concerns with this primer category. Now we go on to bronzer. So I was at 6 at the beginning of 2025. My goal was to be at 4. I'm currently at 5, and my goal is actually to stay at 5. My mid-year check-in, I was at 5 as well. I purchased 2, and I decluttered 3. Sorry, not decluttered. I finished 3. So I just came to a decision that I like to try different bronzers. I don't particularly want to have too many of them because it's not my favorite category, but I don't mind trying a few different things here and there until I find kind of like my holy grail for all those products, and then I can try to like pare them down. But I go through them enough where I'm not worried about it, you know? So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this number, and we're gonna keep that number. And it's a green category, and my goal is just to keep it a green. If we can just keep it at 5 and I keep rotating through them every year, we're happy here. All right, blush. And now blush is a different story, okay? Because I love blush. I love blush so much. Sorry guys, I'm having a really hard time with this thing. Ugh. Okay, I love blush so much. It is one of my favorite categories. It's weird because before last year, not 2025, but 2024, before 2024, I could go through blushes so quickly, and I don't know what happened. That is no longer the case. And we gotta figure it out. So, and it's funny because I remember about when I first moved into this home, which was about 5 years ago, I guess now 6, I only had 3 blushes. Think about that for a second, guys. Think about that. 3 blushes about 5 years ago. But anyway, in 2025, I was at 39. My goal was to be at 30. Unrealistic. I knew that. You knew that. We all knew that. It was unrealistic. My actual, where I'm currently at, is 42. So even though it's supposed to be a no buy, I'm 42. My goal is actually to be at 40 by the end of the year. And I think that actually might be realistic, so long as I don't bring any new blushes into my collection, which is very, very high chance that that's not gonna happen. So anyway, you know what's interesting though? At my mid-year check-in, I was at 37. I purchased 5 blushes, but I had decluttered 1 and I finished 1. I think there must have been a few other ones that I decluttered because the math is not mathing. Yeah. No, I mean, I finished 1, I decluttered 1, so I guess I was at 37 if I was 39, and then I just purchased 5 since then. So that means that the 5 new blushes that I have happened in the last 5 years. I mean, in the last 6 months of the year. that's interesting. Okay, then we have go into powder. And for powder, by the way, this is a red category. It's gonna stay red for the next like decade. So that's not gonna change anytime soon. For powder, I was at 5 powders in 2025, at the beginning of 2025. My goal was to be at 2, which was high shine. I'm currently at 4. My goal is actually to be at 3. I've decided that I want to have one loose powder that I keep kind of just testing out. I just feel like powder is one of those categories that I don't particularly care too much about, but I have my Holy Grails loose powder, and I have my Holy Grail pressed powder, and so I'm fine with that. And I just figured, because you hear so much about powder, I want to keep trying them. So currently I'm trying the from About Face. I like it. I don't think I like it more than the one from Lunar Beauty, but I like it. So also, I really thought I was gonna finish this powder by the end of this year, because I had already hit pan last year, or at the beginning of this year, and I didn't finish it, which is why that's that. So I have a backup of this particular powder. It's fine. I will finish it in the next few months because there's not that much left. I really need to repress it relatively soon. So my goal is to be at 3 powders, and I'm perfectly fine with that. We're gonna hit that goal pretty soon. So I'm a mid-year check-in. I was at 4 powders. I purchased 1. I finished 2. No concern. It's a green category. It's gonna stay green. Highlighters. I will never understand this one. Also, at the beginning of 2025, I was at 17. Now currently I'm at 16. My goal was to be at 15. Now my goal is to be at 14. I was at 15 in the mid-year check-in, but I got 1 as a free gift with purchase. So I didn't actually purchase it, but I got this little mini Rare Beauty one. I think I'm gonna try to pan that at some point, but not right now. But I finished 1 and I decluttered another one. That's kind of how I got to that 15 number. But then again, the free gift with purchase I was not expecting, so I ended up with 16. But my goal is to be at 14. It is a red category. I am hoping in the next year or 2 to bring this actually to a yellow category. I've not really purchased highlighters. It's not my favorite category to purchase, so I'm not too worried about it. Setting spray, I was at 2 in 2025. I'm currently at, my goal was to be at 1. I'm currently at 2. My goal is to be at 1, but I'm not actively trying to finish this little travel one. I'm actually like to put this in my purse. If you guys don't know, now you know. I have extremely dry skin to the point where sometimes halfway through the day, my face dries up. This is why I never worry about my makeup going anywhere. My face completely dries up, and it's like my face starts hurting. Like when I smile, when I move my mouth and I talk a lot for my job. So it's just, yeah, it's not pleasant. So I keep this in my purse so I can take it out and just like spritz myself real quick and just like give myself a little boost. And that usually tends to do the job so my skin stops hurting. Because my alternative would be to put moisturizer on, but if I have makeup on, I can't do that. So that's kind of how I use it. I think I'm okay with having technically 2. It's just a little travel size. It's like a little travel size one, but yeah. Anyway, it's the only, aside from my lip product, this is the only touch-ups that I do throughout the day. I'm telling you, my makeup does not move because my face doesn't make anything. So green category is gonna stay green. For numbers, and my mid-year check-in, I was actually in fact at 1. For purchase, I purchased 1, which is this one that you guys are probably seeing there. I finished 2, and that's kind of where we're at. Yeah. So for primer, it is a green category for eyeshadow primer. I forgot to say. And in 2025 it was a 3. I am currently at 3. My goal is to be at 2. I was technically at one point at 4 for my mid-year check-in. I finished 1 and then ended up getting 1 as well. So it's probably gonna look this. I ended up getting the third one that I had gotten that I was trying to finish is one from Sigma Beauty, and then I ended up making an order from Sigma, and then I got another one. It's the one I'm currently wearing right now. I am gonna try to finish this. I am going back and forth with this formula. I am not 100% sure how I feel about it. It's a little more drying than the one that I had from there before. I like the finish of it better, but I don't know. It's weird, but I'm gonna try to finish it, and then hopefully I will not be placing any more orders on Sigma Beauty, and I will not be getting any more with purchases, and I can go back to my 2. I just need a glitter glue, I'm gonna need my Rare Beauty, and that's it. That's really all I need. So my goal is to be at 2. We'll get there. It's a green category, so I'm not particularly worried about it. I just will eventually finish that one from Sigma, and then that'll be it. For brows, I was at 2. I'm currently at 1. My goal is to stay at 1. I really just have my 1 from Persona, and probably when I'm to start running low, I'll purchase a new one. I did for today for the first time try their mascara because I opened it. It's the first of the year, and I'm liking it. I haven't tried taking it off yet, so we'll see. And I only have it on for like less than an hour, so we'll see how it stands the test of time, you know? So hopefully I'll be placing those orders around the same time. But brows, it's gonna stay the same. I purchased 2, I finished 2, literally no change. I'm very loyal to my brows because I have very thick brows. I don't feel like I need to do too much, so long as I maintain them, the shape of it. And it's just kind of like combing through them and we're good. So I don't need a lot for that particular category. So green by the way. Mascara, it says I'm 2. I'm technically at 1 now because I did just throw away my e.l.f. one. At a point, I still had technically 2 because I hadn't opened the Persona one, which is the little blue bag that you would have seen in the photo. But I have, in fact, opened it now, and I threw away the e.l.f. one. So actually, as we speak right now, I only have 1 mascara. My goal is to be at 1, and it's one of those that I switch out my mascaras every 4 months, and once I get closer to that 4-month line, I'll figure out what I'll purchase next. I usually rotate between, well, recently I've been rotating through my Rare Beauty one because I really like that one, the e.l.f. one from Essence, usually the curly one from Essence, and also I guess now this Persona one, which this is my first time using it, so I don't really know if I'm gonna want to repurchase it or not. So I'll tell you more later. So I usually rotate between Essence, Rare Beauty, or that e.l.f. one. So, you know, that's where we're at. But currently I only have the 1. Throughout the year, I actually had some like backups, so I didn't purchase any, but I finished 1. It says here that I decluttered 1, which that makes no sense. I think I put it on the wrong spot because I finished 2 mascaras. Because like I said, I rotate 1 mascara every 4 months on clockwork. So not 100% sure. For eyeliner, this was the year that I fell in love with eyeliner. Shocking. But this is the year that I like really kind of started falling in love with it. I was at 5 in 2025. So green category. My goal was to stay at 5. I'm currently at 7, and my goal is to try to be at 6. So it's currently now a yellow category. I would like to bring that back down to 5. I just don't think it'll be realistic for me to finish 2 eyeliners by the end of the year, even though I did put that in my plan to pen that I want to finish 2 eyeliners. I think it could be doable, but I also know that if I finish the black one and I finish this honeydew like cream shade, I probably will want to repurchase both shades because I do think those are staple shades that you need to have. So I don't know. My goal is to be at 6. We'll see. And at the mid-year check-in, I was at 6. I purchased 2, and essentially that's how that number went. I honestly have just not finished any eyeliners in a very long time. I didn't finish any, I didn't declutter any. I just purchased them. So hopefully I can finish a few this year. Single shadows, we are red, so red. I was at 96 in 2025. My goal was to be at 92. I am currently at 92. Shocker. And my goal is to be at 88. Hopefully I can meet that goal again. This was an interesting ride for me because I purchased 6 single shadows. I was not expecting that, but I also finished 1 and I decluttered 9. So somehow between the 2, we kind of arrived at our number. But I am thinking that I'm not going to purchase any this year. I'm hoping I won't purchase any this year, but you never know because I do like single shadows. But still, if I finish enough, that I could still reach that number. Kind of similar to kind of what I did today. And it was kind of rare for me to declare that many single shadows. It was my family friend, my mom's friend that was actually her daughter is my godmother and so kind of like a grandmother. Anyway, so she came over and she was needing new makeup, and so I told her, you know, what are you needing? And we went through some of my stuff that I feel comfortable kind of giving away, and she was like, oh, I like this, I like that, I like that. And so she picked whatever she wanted, and I gave her one of like my magnetic palettes, and that's kind of how that came about, how she ended up with so many singles. Then I also bought her some makeup and I taught her a few techniques, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed that because if you guys don't know, the reason I created this YouTube channel is because I love talking about makeup. I'm like, anyone who wants to talk about makeup, I'm here for it. You know, but I don't have those kind of people in my life. So here we are, me trying to create that community with you. Because honestly, I had a makeup inventory before I even had a YouTube channel because I was about that life, you know? So here we are. Anyway, it's a red category, it's gonna stay red, and fingers crossed for next year, or this year, because who knows. Eyeshadow palettes, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, the math is not mathing. I wrapped my head left and right. I'm like, I do not understand how these numbers came about, but that's what we have. So I was at 38 palettes at the beginning of the year. Fine. My goal was to just stay at 38. That didn't happen. I'm currently at 41. My goal is just to stay where I'm at, 41. I'm a mere year checking. I was at 39. But this is where it doesn't make sense because I didn't declutter any. I didn't finish any, but I purchased 5. And then somehow I'm at 41. I'm telling you guys, I have no fucking clue. I counted every single eyeshadow palette that I own. I have a very strict inventory. I have no fucking clue how this, like, I purchased 5 this year. I know that for a fact. How I don't know. And I have no words. I haven't lost any. I haven't decluttered any. I haven't finished any. That would be a miracle. So I'm not 100% sure how these numbers came about, but I purchased 5, and I for sure had 38. So I don't know. Anyway, lips. Let's go to lips. Obviously, red category is gonna stay red. Lip balm. It's a green category. I was at 2. I'm currently at 4. I'm not 100% sure how I ended up with 4. I mean, one of them was the Sephora birthday gift for this year. So fine. One of them, my boyfriend got him to me. It was like the metal tint. It seems like it was like homemade. I'm not 100% sure where he got it from. It's actually hydrating. I don't mind it, but my favorite one is the one from Milani. I ended up buying that e.l.f. one because they no longer set the Milani one at my local H-E-B, which is where I would normally repurchase it. So I was trying the e.l.f. one because I was like, oh, hopefully it's nice. It's not nice. It sucks. I don't recommend it. It's not hydrating. It doesn't do shit. But that Milani one, I've gone to bed with like cracked lips and then woke up with like flush, smooth lips. It's a miracle balm. And I want to just have that one, so I am kind of working on trying to finish the other 3. If I can at least finish the e.l.f. one and that one from the metal tint, I'll be happy. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So that's lip balm. I'm currently at 4. I would like to be at 1. In my mid-year check-in, I was at 1. I purchased 3. I finished 2, which are 2 Milani ones. Again, I love that one, and not declutters. Alright, for lip liner, this is another year where I fell in love with lip liner. I know lip liners have been big for a long time, but I didn't really like experience the joy of lip liners until this year, because for a few years I was trying to project pan lip liners that I didn't particularly enjoy, and so to me it was like, ugh, whatever, I don't get it. But this year I actually started project pen and lip liners that I do like and I do enjoy, and I'm like, okay, I get it. And I started buying a few here and there, and that's kind of where we're at. So anyway, I started the year at 10. I'm currently at 10 still, but there are new lip liners in here, okay? They're not the same lip liners. My goal was to be at 8 last year. My new goal is actually to be at 7. At my mid-year check-in, I was actually at 8. I purchased 3, I finished 2, and I decluttered 1. I just decided I'm not gonna put myself through hate panning a lip liner. It's not worth it, so I just gave it away to somebody who would enjoy it. So that's lip liner. Sorry about that, guys. My battery died, and the light, like the sun started to set. But we are almost at the end of this makeup inventory. Jesus Christ, then you scared the shit out of me. So let's kind of get through it. For lip gloss, I was at 22. I am still at 22. My goal was to be at 14, ambitious, in 2025. My goal is actually to be at 15, still ambitious, in 2026. And in my mid-year check-in, I was at 21. I purchased one, I finished one, and I declutter none. So red category, I would like to bring this to a 10 at some point. I do think it's reasonable for me to finish these lip glosses. If I were just to focus on them, I am focusing on quite a few lip glosses this year. Fingers crossed I can get through most of them, and we'll go from there. Okay, tinted balm. Red category, obviously. Lip gloss is something that I tend to go through quickly as long as I'm actually like using them. So it should be good. Okay, tinted balms. One of our new categories for me, but I actually fell in love with them a lot. I was at 20 last year. My goal was to be a 10. I'm currently at 16. My goal is to be a 10 still. And my mid-year check-in, I was 17. I purchased 2. I finished 6. And I declutter none. So what does that tell us? That I could have been at 12. I could have been a lot... I could have actually been at 14, sorry. I could have been a lot closer to... No, I could have been at... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong number. I'm looking at the gloss. Okay, I could have been at 14, yes. So I could have been a lot closer to the number. I do think it's doable for me to finish 6 glosses by the end of... 6 tinted balms by the end of this year. I have one that's almost done, and I'm focusing on quite a few this year, and I do tend to go through those quite quickly, so I think this is doable. It is a red category, but I'm hoping by the end of this year I could be a yellow. Fingers crossed. Y'all know me, I'm extra, we'll see, but I actually do think I can do this, so long as I don't buy anymore. Okay, bullet lipsticks. I was at 13. My goal is to be at 10. I'm currently at 9. And my goal is actually to be at 5 by the end of this year. So I did declutter quite a few, if I remember correctly. Ugh, if I can move this, okay. Yeah, so I decluttered 3, I finished 2, and I purchased 1. So I ended up at 9. I think I can finish a few this year. I am trying to finish quite a few bullet lipsticks this year. I have a few minis that I want to get through. I think there's 4 that I'm trying to get through this year. I'm trying to finish 4 mini lipsticks. I think I can do all of them this year. So I feel pretty good about this. Lip stain. Obviously red category. No, it's a yellow category. We're trying to bring it to green by this year. Where is my head at, guys? Okay, lip stain. I was at 8. I'm currently at 10. My goal is to stay at 8. My goal is actually to be at 8 as well. I'm not actually trying to finish any, so I don't know if that's a doable goal. Staying at 10 honestly would be fine. It's one of my favorite categories. But I'm for sure gonna try to finish one of them. So there's that. I purchased 2, I finished 1, I declared 1. That one actually went bad, so I had to declare it. But yeah, we're yellow. I'm trying to stay in yellow. Liquid lipsticks, I was at 4. My goal is to stay at 4. I'm currently at 6. My goal is actually to go back down to 4. I ended up getting 2 free gift with purchases. Again, from Sigma Beauty. They just give you shit out, man. I ended up 2 liquid lipsticks in the same one purchase. I'm assuming they're trying to phase them out. I actually like those shades, so I don't have a problem with it. But I recently put on some of my other lip lipsticks, and next time I see my girlfriends, I'm gonna actually offer them the opportunity to get one of those from me because they're just too light for me. So see if my girlfriends would be interested in getting some of those liquid lipsticks from me. So my goal is to go down to 4, and I'm perfectly fine with that number. So yeah. And for nail polishes, this is a category that I introduced last year. So, but sorry, going back, I am currently at yellow. I would like to go back to green for lip stain. Okay, not for, sorry, liquid lipsticks. So for nail polishes, it's a new category for me. I was at 33 in 2025. My goal was to be at 27. I'm still at 33. And my goal is to be at 27 still. In my mid-year check-in, I was at 31, so I did buy a few new stuff. But I'm hoping I can finish all of them. I finished 4... And I count my cuticle oil, I count my top coats, all of those in the same category. And those I do repurchase. So I guess I have a few like backups ready to go. I think I bought them in a set by accident. Not by accident, but I bought a set and it came with some extra stuff. So I'm trying to finish all of those. And I am trying to finish 3 colored nail polishes this year. So I'm hoping that'll be doable. And yeah. So for nail polishes, I finished 4. I didn't declutter any and I didn't buy any. So at least I didn't buy any stuff, you know? So there's that. That's not true. I did buy some because I bought that set, but I finished 3 and I bought essentially the exact same set. I don't know. Nail sets, I was at 33. I'm currently at 34. My goal was to be at 20. My goal is actually now to be at 40, which makes no sense. Actually, I think 30 might be realistic. At the mid-year check-in, I was at 26. I purchased 13. I finished 10. I did, for whatever reason, decide to write this, but I used 11. I repurchased 2 of those 11. I went through my Olive and June. I have 8 unused and 9 opened. So the thing with the Olive and June ones is that those are actually reusable press-on nails. Because of that, I keep them. Like, a lot of them are open, and I'm sure you guys are gonna be able to see that in the photo. A lot of them are open, but I can actually keep reusing them as many times as I want, because all you have to do is just change the little tab glue thing, and that is very doable. So yeah. Anyway, I put 34. I put my goal to be at 40 is actually because I made a really big purchase that is on its way to my home right now as we speak. And that's kind of why there. I actually expect this number to be actually a lot closer to like 35 or 40 or 30 by the end of the year, just because I'm not expecting to buy any more. But I've honestly really been enjoying this BT Art Box nail sets. These last for a very long time. It's actually the ones that I have on, to the point where the nails itself are actually falling apart. They're like cracked and stuff, but they won't fall off. They're still on. So their glue is actually quite intense. This is the X-Coat UV Light glue. This is actually really good. Anyway, it's starting to get really, really dark, so we gotta wrap it up. So for total makeup products and beauty products, everything, I have 376 products in 2025. My goal was to be at 304. We'll see. I'm currently at 375, so I actually went down one number. Okay. And my goal is to be at 329. I think that's doable. So for total eyeshadow pencil, like individual eyeshadow pencil, that's singles, that's creams, that's inside every single palette, I was at 584. My goal is to be at 580. I am currently at 635. I can't. It's actually kind of funny how bad it is. And my goal is to be at 630. At my mid-year check-in, I was at 598. Just kind of putting that out there. Now, another number that I like to throw out there is my eyeshadow pan percentage. So that's how many eyeshadows have pan in my palette, in my collection. I was at 0.86% in 2025. My goal is to be at 5%. That's always my goal. That's going to be my goal again this year. My goal is currently 1.1%. So it went up, but like 0.2% or really 0.15%. Yeah, my goal is to be at 5%. We shall see. My mid-year check-in, I was at 1.17, so I was actually doing better. But with percentages, always relative to what you have, and that's kind of when it gets hard. And also, if you have a pan, like say you hit pan on something and then you finish it, then that percentage goes away. Technically, your overall number should go down, and hence the number could potentially go up, but not necessarily. Okay, now in the actual makeup products, I had 310 makeup only, so like that's not including nail stuff, and I was at 310 makeup products. My goal was to be at 257. Now I'm currently at 308, so it went down by 2, and my goal is to be at 262. We shall see. In my mid-year check-in, I was at 283 products though. Anyway, that's it for today. This is gonna take forever to edit. This is a project of love. My boyfriend was actually with me when I was like taking the photos and going through all of this. He's like, you actually have been doing this for like 2.5 movies. And I'm like, I know. This is a labor of love. But here we are though. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I cannot wait to see you guys in 2026 or more. It is actually officially 2026. All those videos that you've seen so far have been filmed in 2025. I have a few more videos to film for 2026. At least for January, and I'm hoping to do those this weekend. Those should be a lot shorter than this one, and they shouldn't take nearly as much editing as this one. So I know it's really dark. I'm really sorry guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Oh, also, are you doing a makeup inventory? Let me know, because I love makeup inventory videos. They're my favorite. Bye guys.